3, 2, 1. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the first episode of my podcast, where I'm going to be talking about whatever I want to talk about in the moment. And, you know, with these things, people really don't know the direction of where it's going in. Like the British boy band One Direction, that's where it might lead us. We don't know where the road could take us, but we're going to get through this together. All right? Just have a little faith in me, have a little faith in whatever you believe in, and we're going to have a wonderful journey together. So, I already know the first thing that I want to talk about, and let me address the fact that I am dressed up like a stay-at-home dad about to go pick up his kids from soccer practice. And I can do that because I'm in the comfort of being indoors. And that's a beautiful thing. So, alright guys, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. The first thing I want to talk about is Facebook and how crazy some of the people get with their names on Facebook. Now, listen, I understand. You want to jazz it up a little bit. You want to add a little pizzazz to your personality. It makes sense. But when you start adding nouns and other kinds of things to your name, what are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? And because of this, I'd like to call out this one person that I found on Facebook the other day who touched my soul. He really did. I'm not going to say his entire name because obviously for privacy reasons I don't want you guys going out and hounding this pen, but his first name was Busydad. All right? That's all I'm going to give out the information. I'm going to censor out the rest, but I would like to bring to your attention the fact that his name was Busydad. And this was a little too hilarious to me, but I've also been used to it because back in high school, kids in my school used to call themselves Attitude Boy, Style Boy. Hey, what are you doing? You got an attitude problem? Okay. So this guy's name was Busydad, and I had to find out just how busy this man was. All right? And not just Busydad. After that, he had his last name. So just casually throws in his last name in there like it's, just forget the fact that my first name is Busydad. But I'm going to pull out my phone because I want you guys to see exactly what I wrote this guy. If I can find where it's at. There we go. All right. Just pull it up right now. So I saw that and I asked myself, just how busy can this individual be? So I texted him, how busy are you on a scale of 1 to 10? I must know. And he replied with, logged me out right here. That was a fail. It's okay. Like I said, everything happens in the instant on this podcast. And we'll get through it together. You and me. Look at me. Look at me in the eyes. Alright? It's still logging out. So, we're just going to sit here in silence. And we're going to stare at each other. In mutual awkward silence. Okay. It's not pulling up, so I'm going to try to pull it up on my laptop real quick because I don't want to butcher exactly what I said because you guys need to know the logistics of everything that happened in this exchange. So, I texted him with how busy are you on a scale of 1 to 10? I must know. And then I said his last name because I thought that was funny. And he replied with, being a father of 3 kids, I wasn't expecting a serious reply. The day he replied to me, I was so shocked. I yelled out for my sister and I was like, Busydad replied to me. And she was like, oh my God, what? I felt like a celebrity had texted me and I was like, I was shell shocked, and I wasn't obviously expecting a serious reply, but he hit me with the most serious reply of all time. He said, being a father of 3 kids, eldest one 8, and twin boys of 7, my busy meter could hardly be lower than 7, with a shy, surprised emoji face. Now, as you can see, because I'm going to be posting a screenshot of the convo in here, he spelled busy meter B-I-Z-I. This man gives no fucks. And it's beautiful. And it touched me so much. Because I was like, wow, this man is so busy. He has 3 kids. And he's taking the time out of his life to text me. That's sweet, man. And so I said, wow, you gotta be one of the coolest dads I know. Hopefully in the future your job will be more chill, and then your name can be Chili Dad. And he saw that, and I said, stay in touch, my brother. I added that little bit in the end just so that he didn't think I was trying to come off as too smarmy or something like that, think that I'm better than him. And then he blocked me, guys. You have any idea how sad I was that day when I found out that Busydad blocked me? The man's so busy, he didn't have any time for my shit. Instant block. Now, why do I do these things? Why do I text random people out of the blue to know things about their life that I don't need to know? It's because it's who I am. And it's who I am as a person. You're going to find this out as we go along this journey, all right? I can't help it. Facebook names, dude. If your name on Facebook is not your actual first name and last name, I will repeat it again. I want to know what your hobbies are, because I have a simple question for you. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my god. Dude. That was a thing of legends, man. That was a thing of legends. And I just want to say this out here. If Busydad, if you ever come across this video, I meant no ill intentions whatsoever. I would love to be your friend, and maybe someday we can catch a beer wherever you're at. Now, I guess we could change the topic. Dude, you know what my mom does every time she wants to change the topic of something? She always does this, dude, and it's so obvious that it doesn't change the topic whatsoever. We'll be in the car, and me and my sister will be arguing about some dumb shit where I'll be like, I don't want to go eat there. It's like it's a horrible place. It stinks, blah blah blah. She's like, "No, it's my favorite place." And then my mom will go, "Hey guys, look. The furniture store." Or no, better yet, she'll just read out the names of the signs of the stores, where she'll be like, "Hey, look, Spinneys. Oh, look, 7-Eleven." And it's so obvious. We're like, "Mom, we know what you're trying to do. You're trying to change the topic and it's not working." But it's so funny that it actually ends up working a little bit, where our anger kind of gets soothed. You know what I mean? Where it's so funny that we can't be pissed off at each other anymore. I wonder if that's definitely not what she's going for, but hey, it's hilarious. Oh man. Dude. And yeah, so in my school there would be guys who would write Attitude Boy Rahul. That would be their name. Or it would be like Stylish Boy Zayn. And it's so cringe because it's unironical that it's funny. And I don't know, and that shit used to really be a pet peeve of mine, but now over the years it's almost just really just funny. What else do I want to talk about? The other day I went to Bounce. For those of you that don't know, Bounce is an establishment in Dubai, which is where I'm living at right now. that is filled with trampolines, and the main goal is to go have fun, to bounce around, and to maybe break your back, because that's what I did. I messed up my back. Now, for all of the people that are calling me spineless and a coward, you might be right about the spineless bit, because hey, my back is so messed up that I can barely walk right now. Did I drop a CD to the ground? Because it feels like I had a slipped disc. Oh, God. Yeah, so my back really hurts right now. I wish I had some kind of lumbar support for where I'm sitting at right now. I don't even know what that means. Is lumbar a part of your back? It sounds like lumber, which is wood, and I have plenty of that. Oh, man. What else? Right now, temperature in Dubai is a sunny 45 degrees Celsius on an average day, on a good day. And in Fahrenheit, that's basically the it's really hot scale. It's really, really hot. A friend of mine told me to crack an egg on the pavement and see if it boils. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because Dubai is a place where you're not supposed to, really litter and things like that. And I'm such a lazy fuck that I don't want to crack an egg on the pavement just for an experiment to see whether it boils or not, because I know I'm going to have to end up cleaning the mess later. I will have made my bed and I'll have to have laid in it. Or I'll have to have laid an egg and I'll have to sit on it then. It's consequences. I'm talking about consequences. If you make something, then you gotta reprimand for it. You gotta deal with the consequences is all I'm saying. This podcast took a weird turn, huh? The other day, I was with my brother-in-law, actually, and we were trying to figure out some kind of address details of his at the bank, and they had to clarify a couple of things. And there was a parent there who had a child who was so bored, he was just kind of drooling all over himself and spitting the spit up in the air and trying to catch it back in his mouth. Listen, I know being a parent, it's a tough gig. It's a really hard gig, all right? But hey, try a little, huh? How about you engage with the child? Because this parent was just sitting there on his phone the entire time. And the kid had to resort to come up with his own game, which I kind of got. It was on the floor, there were these metal kind of placeholders on the floor. And he was walking along it like the rest of the floor was lava. And I felt his pain. I was like, yo, I feel your pain, kid. Your parents are so boring that you have to come up with imaginary games inside of your head to entertain yourself. Dude, I'm not ready for kids. I'm not going to have kids for a while. I don't even know if I want kids yet because I'm 23. But, and despite the fact that I look like a 35-year-old dad, but if I did have a kid, guess what? I would play with that kid and engage with him and make every single day of his life an adventure. You know why? Because I laid an egg and now I'm going to make an omelet. And by that omelet, I mean I'm going to make a great kid. So, it's not that hard, guys. If you want to entertain your kid, hey, dude, you ever pull up YouTube? See how that goes with your kids, huh? If they're making a fuss at IKEA and you just want to look at furniture, how about you pull up a video of Barney the fucking dinosaur, buddy? Because he's going to be glued onto that screen in an instant, and you're not going to have to worry about little Pepe anymore. You can just go shopping for your interior design just to make your wife happy, but she's not actually going to be happy with the design because the design's the design that you like in your head and not the one that she picked out, because she had the pictures of autumn and fall colors, and you had the picture of something a little more light blue and rustic. Hey, but these things happen. And we'll get through it together. But all I'm saying is, if you're going to have a kid, just, buck up and have fun with him every once in a while, you know? He's in that time of his life where his imagination's running wild, and you are supposed to be the catalyst for that engine. So, just a little something that I think about every once in a while. I made filter coffee today, and dude, if you've never tried filter coffee, it is the shit. It's just made with a press, and I never knew I could be this hipster before, but it's happened. I'm slowly transitioning, huh? I'm wearing dad clothes, I'm drinking filter coffee. Oh shit, I'm doing the most hipster thing of all. I'm recording a podcast. Guys, we've gone in full circle. This is so meta right now, I don't even know. I should probably just I should turn this podcast into a vlog right now as we speak and start doing cut-by-cut editing, because that would be hilarious. You know what's been weird? I've been getting dreams lately. Dreams that are very vivid and very surreal. But they say that your dreams are supposed to, you're supposed to actually, they have meaning, and they actually are supposed to be something that helps you improve your life on a day-to-day basis. If it's somewhere that you're messing up in your life, you kind of solve the problem in your dreams. I don't know how some of my dreams make any sense in that direction, because I cut my nails the other day, right? I cut my nails good, filed them up. You know, they look not too shabby. In my dream, however, I looked at my left hand and my nails weren't cut. They were actually very dirty. And I was like, dude, cut my nails the other day, but I forgot my left hand. Rookie mistake. Today, I'm in the bathroom brushing my teeth, and I look at my left hand. I'm like, time to cut these nails, I guess. And whoa, they're cut already. Why does that help me in my real life? Is it telling me I'm bad at responsibilities and time management? Maybe. Is it telling me that I'm an unkempt slob? Maybe. Is it telling me that I have hygiene issues? Probably. But dude, you know what? I want to dream about something other than my nails. So I hope my brain starts coming up with other shit. You know what I mean? No, but I did have some cool dreams. A pretty cool dream, actually. So I went, this isn't a part of the dream, by the way. This is real life now, what I'm talking about. I went to a bar with my friends, and the bar's name was Bar Bar. The name was so nice, you had to say it twice. And it was packed, it was full of people, and I met up with an old friend of mine, and he actually introduced me to one of his friends who was very pretty. I ended up getting her number and texting her, and we were coming up with plans and stuff. Oh, my back hurts. This was not a good seating arrangement, guys. But hey, like I said, it's episode 1. We're going to get through this together if you've stuck with me this far. If not, my back just hurts and I'm alone. So she appeared in my dream the other day, dude. So I was texting this girl in real life, trying to meet her at an ice cream shop. I said Baskin Robbins. She said, okay. And then she didn't reply to me for a while. And then I thought, you know what? Baskin Robbins isn't a good bet. I should probably do the mall. Because the mall is cool. Because there's so many stores. You can talk about a lot of stuff. You know why they call it the mall? Because you don't go to one store. You go to the mall. If you never thought about that, it's woke people hours. But anyway, in my dream, right? I'm going into my building. And I'm trying to get to my floor, but I noticed the security guard, and it's her. She's the security guard, and she's just chilling there. And she's talking to my friend about how she's like, oh, I set up a date a couple days ago, but nothing really happened out of it. And then I went up to her and I confronted her, and I was in my dream, that is, and I was like, well, I did text you about the details, and I was waiting for your response, so it was kind of on you. And she said, oh, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about a friend. Is awkward. And even though it was a dream, dude, I started sweating in my dream. Was I sweating in real life? Probably. And, so in the dream, I turn around and I see in the middle of the road, there's like a dog just standing there. And so I'm like, oh, there's a dog in the middle of the road. I'm going to go rescue it. So I go and I save it, and I come back and I look like a hero in front of her in her eyes. And she goes, oh my God, we should totally go on a date. We should totally get that ice cream. So I woke up and I texted her again saying, let's go to the mall. Let's get that ice cream. So we'll see how that pans out. But I just wanted to tell you my dream because dreams are weird, man. I had a brief spell in my life where I would lucid dream a bunch. I wanted to have control over my dreams. So I would try to astral project and things of that nature. All these kind of bro science-y terms for out-of-body experiences when you're dreaming. And I actually got pretty close a couple times. But then I realized that shit's the dark arts, bruh. You don't want to because it locks up your body and then you start seeing demons at the end of your room. The next thing you know, you're crying for mommy and you're 23 and you realize your mom doesn't live with you anymore. So you're all alone with your thoughts, your imagination, and you're scared to go back to sleep. But you need to recharge because you had a long day. Now, guys, why am I telling you about all my problems in the first episode, huh? Sleep paralysis, girls that aren't replying to me on texts. It's because I feel like I'm comfortable with you. Obviously, I'm not at 100% where I can share every detail of my life with you, but I feel like we're getting there. Slowly. And I hope that as the episodes go by, you reveal a little something to me, and I reveal a little something to you. And I'm not talking about nudes, but maybe we'll get there. Now, dude, you know what is weird? I've heard a lot of people say that you should wear horizontal stripes on your shirt because it's more slimming, and not vertical stripes. And I think to myself, who the hell wears vertical stripes in the first place? Do people make shirts with vertical stripes? Because I feel like that would look pretty damn bad. Yeah, I don't know. This shirt, I think, is my dad's, so it's like 3 sizes bigger than me, and it's just comfy. And so, I like to wear things like that so that I don't look like a poverty version of God of War all the time while wearing tight clothes. What else did I want to talk about? My sister and me were having this debate the other day, and it was based off of a pretty famous YouTuber that I was watching, and he was talking on a podcast asking, if you were to be a cannibal, which part of the human flesh would you eat first? And, we were having a debate for a little too long about this topic, and I ended up selecting the leg and the thigh area because I feel like that would be the most, juicy, fleshy part that a man could acquire. And then I realized, hey, what about the glutes? That ass meat is probably, there's a reason why they say, hey, her ass fat, because it's filled with fat, right? So I'm thinking that's the place with the fat has got to be the best place. So, and then she said, what could be good is this area, the collarbone trap area. And I'm like, you're crazy. There's no way. There's not enough meat there. And I don't know. It's just, it wouldn't be. And I said, maybe the cheek. Because, it will be, I think it would be cool. I would make puns out of that. I would be like, one side of this cheek meat is cooked. I better turn the other cheek. Huh? No? Still not on board with me, huh? Okay. It's okay. By the end of this, I'm going to be Noah's Ark, and you're going to be all the animals on boat with me. Trust me, you're going to be on board. All right? And so we had that discussion for a while, and after that, I just got hungry. No, not for human meat. I'm not weird like that, but you know, it's good to talk about these things sometimes in case the world breaks down into an apocalypse and you have to figure out who it would be that you would eat. Because I'd rather eat a fat guy. If I'm going to eat someone, I want someone with flesh on his bones, someone that can sustain me for a while. And, yeah. Wow. We got into serious topics on the first episode of this. And I hope that it's been productive. You know? I hope you guys learned something today. You know what I don't get? My cousin just got the Samsung S9 or something, and it's got the screen that curves into the edges of the phone. It looks cool, I'm not gonna lie. It looks really good. But is that really necessary? His phone case and his phone cover, everything doesn't even fit on it, and it just looks kind of goofy at this point when he's trying to click to access his gallery, but it takes him like 5 attempts to get there. But hey, my screen goes all the way to the edges. I don't know. I don't know about all that. I feel like phones nowadays are such a thing that's used for anything but calling people. It's ridiculous. If you actually end up calling someone, they think that you're insane. And they would rather text you. They'd be like, oh, dude, that's it? Why didn't you just text me? Because I like living in the olden times, dude. I like calling you. Sometimes texting can be misconstrued, buddy. And if I'm going to text you, it's going to be something lighthearted and funny. If I want to text you about the fact that I'm dying of some horrible disease, I'd rather call you. If I'm going to break up with you, I'd rather call you or meet you, preferably in person. Unless I really don't like you, in which case I would just text you and say, see ya. Or G2G. G2G, LOL, peace. Peace sign, and the shy emoji. Busydad, I'm looking at you. I miss you, Busydad. If you see this, hit me up, alright? When you're not so busy, Dad. Great, now I'm thinking about Busydad, and it's got me all up in my emotions and stuff. I wonder what his day-to-day life is like. I wonder if he's ever going to take out the term Busydad from his thing. Maybe once his kids have gone off to college and he doesn't have to take care of them anymore, and it's not so much a part of his personality, it's going to be like retired dad. Really makes people think, huh? But yeah, what are we doing on time here? Let me see. We are at 28 minutes. All right, cool. I like where this is headed. I like the path that we've chosen. What else? You know, I recently watched a movie with Adam Sandler and the guy from The Lonely Island. I think his name is Andy Samberg, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know why people hate on Adam Sandler so much. He was an integral part of my childhood growing up, and it's if you guys don't get his shtick, you'll never get his shtick, because it's the personality that he plays is so ridiculous that it's unrealistic, that it's funny. You know what I mean? And it's the voice and the attitude, everything combined is just, it's classic. It's classic humor, you know? But I get it. It's not everyone's cup of tea. And funny, as Chris D'Elia had put it, I love his podcast, by the way. Go check it out if you haven't. It's the Congratulations podcast. True, baby. checking in. He said funniness is a wavelength. Being funny is on a wavelength, and some people get it. Some people are on that wavelength, and some people just aren't. Some people just don't get funny jokes. Those are the people that share memes all day on Facebook, which, there are some memes that are truly funny, but then there are some other people, optimistic, motivated, going out and getting it. Me, picture of a cat with a remote pointed at the TV. You're not funny. No one finds that funny, dude. And if they do find it funny, they're on the wavelength that's not funny as well. I hate to break it to you. But yeah, he was saying funniness is a wavelength, and I truly believe that, I love watching his podcast. I watched Theo Vaughn's this past weekend a lot. I love Joey Coco Diaz's Church of What's Happening Now, the Joe Rogan Experience, Bobby Lee's Tiger Belly. All of these are huge, major influences for me, which made me want to start my own podcast and just talk about what I want to talk about on a daily basis. And that's how I kind of came up with the name. Instant ramen is something that came up off the top of my head in an instant. And that's what this entire podcast is going to be about. It's going to be about things in the moment, things in the present, in the now, that I come up with off the top of my noodle, my ramen noodle, because that's my last name, and it's also instant puns and jokes that I think are funny. Everyone might not think it's funny, but that it's not for everyone. And I would rather weed out the people that don't think it's funny and have just a true, dedicated fan base or audience or viewership that watches my show. Because that way I can relate to them and I can be so excited when we actually talk and meet. So yeah, welcome to the Instant Ramen podcast. This first episode has kind of been a jumble and a mix-up of all of my thoughts, and there's been a lot of logistics at play into setting up this podcast. I've had to, make sure I have enough room for me to be able to reach my mason jar full of filter coffee, to talk into the speakerphone appropriately at all times. I'm pretty sure I must have messed that up at least 30 times throughout this entire thing. But like I said, is this the Hole in the Wall challenge, the TV show? Because we'll get through it together. And I think with that, I'm going to put an end to this podcast episode and cut it a little bit short just to see how we do on time, how the audio quality is, how everything has affected everything else. But stay tuned for episode 2. I'm going to be doing daily podcasts, and this is an art that I'm trying to get better at day by day. So I'm Anand. This is Instant Ramen, signing out. See ya.